Hi again, everyone. Dave with Summit Racing, back with you at the Performance Parts Expo we're doing here at Summit Racing. This time around, we have Rick from Baer joining us. And Rick, how you doing today?
Good, good. Thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys could take part. I know you guys have an exciting new product that we kind of want to get into that's really, I think, going to resonate with our audience in particular. It's a new, essentially, brake system that you guys are offering, a 13-inch. What can you tell us about that and kind of how you got to that point?
Yeah, so basically what you see here, this is our Classic Series 13-inch brake kit. The first introduction for it is for the AFX, the GM AFX cars, so the first-gen Camaros, Novas, and Chevelles, which is one of our most popular applications. Basically, the reason we got to this system, we call it Classic because we're bringing this product line back. There's a big segment of the market that's of restoration, resto mod cars where we're known for early domestic applications, but we build a lot of higher end pro touring brake systems. There's a whole segment of the market we don't really cater to, and that's really what this is designed to do. It's going to be a direct bolt on like our normal product's going to be. It's going to be product per axle. We introduced an 11-inch last year. This year's a 13-inch. It's a modern brake, so it features an aluminum two-piston caliper. The rotor you see is a 13-inch slotted drilled zinc plated, and it's cast directional, so there's a specific left and right. The systems are going to include all the brackets and hardware and hoses and everything you need to put it directly on the car, just like the normal Baer parts, just at a much better price point.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about that price point and kind of bringing it to our customers a little bit on their restorations, and even with the modern cars. You mentioned the sizing of it is kind of works well with maybe larger wheels, maybe 17-inch wheels.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the thought process on that, and also just some of the components. You mentioned the caliper and the rotor. Just the advantages of the slotted drill setup, and then just everything that comes in the kit.
Yeah. So, what you run into a lot of times with more of your entry level or starter brake systems, a lot of guys will retrofit different calipers on cars. A lot of them are often early, let's say a Cadillac or something like that. They don't take into account piston area. They don't take into account piston area front to rear. And they're really just taking an old brake design and putting it on a car just to say we've converted to disc brake. Our main goal is, and we think of it always as the brake's a heat sink. So the more accurately we can dissipate heat, the better the brake's going to be, the more consistent the brake's going to be. So we took a late model. This caliper is actually a design that was used on a C4 Corvette or a Mustang Cobra, which makes it nice because replacement parts and pads are super easy to get. But by being an aluminum caliper, it dissipates heat so much better. So you're getting all the benefits of a modern brake now for the early car. So we're still keeping with that mindset, the way we build some of our bigger 4-piston and 6-pistons, just at that better price point. This system per axle set. So for complete front, that's going to include, as I mentioned earlier, all your brackets, your hardware, your braided hoses, your brake pads. It's going to retail $895. So that price point is considerably better than some of the stuff that we do now in the 6-piston range, which is really popular. And it's going to allow the guys to really get a good brake that's going to stop the car, appropriately.
Right. Yeah. And you mentioned just the leverage. It provides good leverage with the rotor size and the caliper piston setup. So everything's good there. And you also mentioned, obviously, Baer's got a pretty strong heritage in the market, but looking forward, this is actually a step to some things that you guys might have in the works down the road. Not necessarily now, but you guys are looking to apply this same sort of approach to other vehicles.
Yeah, so this is the stepping stone. So like I mentioned last year, and you guys are selling them right now, we do an 11-inch for a 15-inch wheel. This was designed really for your 17-inch wheels. A lot of cars have torque thrust 2 wheels. This is a nice big brake to fill that. But the plan is to take the Classic line and expand it across a whole wide variety of applications. So we're currently working on early Mustang drum brake spindles. We'll do Mustang disc brake spindles. We're already planning to do a setup for the G-body. We just finished the 11-inch G-body. We'll do the 13-inch G-body as well. All those early cars that really could benefit from a more modern brake. Not only a car that was a factory drum, it could be a car that's a factory disc brake, just not that great. We're going to put the system in there. And the neat thing we do is, on applications going forward, like the G body, those GM spindles require modifications, but brakes on them. This system will come with modified spindles already. So the end user won't be cutting his spindle, drilling and tapping his spindle. We do all that stuff. And what we found a lot of time in the, the restoration resto mod market is now there's so many choices. You have suspension choices, you have wheel choices. So you have the guy with, let's take, for example, a Chevelle, and now it's not just I want to do a drum to disc conversion or disc to disc conversion. Now it's, what suspension am I going to do on it? I really want to put wheels at the same time. So now you're talking about whatever money they had set aside for a brake upgrade. Now that's part of the money they want to do for their entire upgrade, right? So, all this stuff adds up really quickly. And by introducing systems like the Classic, now this could be a fraction of that total spend, where they might want to do something like a 6-piston. It's not feasible. You can't do it. And this allows you to get the big brake you want and still have the money for some of the suspension upgrades. And we do a lot of that, where now we realize there's so much of this that goes into the build. We have a lot of customers that I think would probably never buy a brake because they don't know, what wheel to get. How does the wheel fit? How does the suspension work with the brake? And that's one of the things we do here at Baer a lot, where we make sure we realize we are part of the upgrade, not the end of the upgrade. So we work with wheel companies, we work with suspension companies to make sure the end user's happy and everything fits the way it should.
Yeah, everything fits together nicely. And that includes, like you said at the outset, the budget allotted too. And of course, as we mentioned, this fits more in line with maybe some other upgrades that the customer might make. And I can certainly see where this is going to be a lot of interest to our customers in particular, and appreciate you sharing it with us today. Now, the availability on this is when do you think this one will be out?
This product right here that you're looking at should be able to ship next month. So we're in the final stages of putting everything together. As I mentioned, we're working on early Mustang drum brake spindle that's going to fit 65 through 73. That's going to be available roughly around the same time next month. And then, as you guys, keep on our website, the Summit website, you'll see more and more of these products pop up because as we go, we're just going to start filling the line in for all these applications. Fantastic.
Yeah. So hopefully by the end of 2020, we'll have these loaded up on summitracing.com. You can already buy the entire Baer line at summitracing.com. And Rick, we certainly appreciate your time and thanks for being here.
And thank you. I appreciate it.